Hi guys, this is Miss Steph's cooking show. Welcome. We have my sous chefs. Your name is? What's your name?
McKaylee.
Look at the camera and say McKaylee.
McKaylee.
Okay, and what's your name, cutie pie?
Miley.
Look at the camera and say
Miley.
Marley. Awesome. Okay, so today we are going to be making homemade soft pretzel bites from the 2 Peas in a Pod cookbook. And we're going to learn about yeast already, so you just are going to look at a PowerPoint that I sent you. And I just want to talk about some yeast really quick, okay? So remember we talked about leavening agents, and we talked about baking soda, baking powder, and those are fast and quick acting. And the difference between those and yeast is that this one is long lasting, so this is going to take a while for you to create the dough that you want. So what we're doing today is the pretzels. So I really like active dry yeast. That's my favorite one. It's my go-to always because you always have the greatest results from it. Okay, so first off, we are going to add 1.5 cup warm water to the container. So can you add that, Marley? All the way. You have to get sure it gets all the way in there. Good job. And then Michaela, you're going to add one of those, so 1/4 teaspoon. Awesome. And then 2 teaspoons. 2 big of these, okay? Okay, so if you could do that, that'd be great.
Mom, now can I turn
Yep,
it
shake.
on?
Not yet. Okay, add that in there. Awesome. One more. And add one more. Good job. Perfect. And then Marley is going to add, so Michaela just added 2 teaspoons and 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. And Marley is going to be adding 3 ounces of unsalted butter. So go ahead and add the butter, all of it. Perfect. Good job. And then we are going to add 2 tablespoons of yeast. So I'll do one and give that to Michaela, and then you could do that, and then Marley could do the other one. Okay, stick it in there. It's all right. Put it right here. Awesome. Let me do one for Marley. So I'll read the directions so you guys could know what to do. So it says, for the pretzels, combine 1/4 cup of warm water, which we did. Okay, and with the warm water, I always like to make sure that you come right here and you put it on your wrist, and you don't want it super hot, almost kind of like a baby's bath. Okay, and that's just the perfect temperature, so it's not super hot. And then we added 3 ounces of unsalted butter in the mixer, and then we are going to put it in the standard mixer with the dough hook. And this is the dough hook. Anything that looks like this is what you're going to be using, okay? So you could use your Bosch mixer or your KitchenAid mixer. So I've got the other one out just so you see. So this is the batter hook. So this is more for your cookie dough. So kind of looks obviously a little different, just so you don't get those confused. And then we're going to put this lid on, and Marley's going to just turn it on and let it all mix for a minute. Okay, and if you want to come and look up on the top, you can see what it looks like. Awesome. Okay, and we are going to let it sit for 5 minutes. So turn it off, Marley. Turn it off. Okay, you could stop it.
No, don't.
Okay, so if you want to look right here, inside here, you could start seeing some little bubbles forming, and that's really good because then that means that your yeast is activated, and that means it will be good yeast. If it doesn't have little bubbles like that, get your face out of there, Marley. If it doesn't have little bubbles like that in there, that means that you need to start again. So if you have little bubbles, that's looking great. Okay, so in this bowl, I already have 3.5 cups, so we're just gonna add 1 more, okay?
Can I put it in, please?
Okay, so just measure it out so it's nice.
Can I
and
put it in,
even. Remember how
please?
we've been in physics class, we learned to make sure that's nice and even like that?
Can I?
Yep. Go ahead.
You put in the bowl.
Mix that. And now we're gonna add 2.5 tablespoons of kosher salt. Okay?
Because I'm better
And I'll just measure over this little, so we don't get the salt everywhere. Okay, 1.
Thank you.
Okay.
Put it in now.
Here, Marley, can you start mixing that in with this spoon and make sure all that flour stays in? Okay, 1 more, McKaylee. 1 teaspoon. Yep.
Half a teaspoon.
And then 1/2 teaspoon.
And then a half
So
a teaspoon.
2.5 teaspoons.
3.5.
Pretty close. 2.5, huh?
And that's 1, 2, 3. 1.
Okay.
Okay, now we build.
Marley's doing a good job mixing that. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just turn this on number 1. I think I might be a little loud. Okay. Let's mix this up. Can you get that big measuring cup over there, McKaylee? And can you maybe put 1 cup at a time in here?
Salt.
And you can start just
Salt. Not the salt.
the whole flour. So come and do it so they can see what it's like inside. Okay. Go ahead, Marley.
I want to do that.
Okay, both you guys can do some. That was all gone. Okay, go faster.
That's the money. Oh, look how much
Okay, so do you see the dough is starting to mix together? That's what we're looking for. Get bigger cups, Marley. Come on.
That's okay.
That's all right. Okay, and as you can see, it's really starting to pull away from the edges, and that's what we're looking for. Some fall out. That's actually perfect. It's pulling away. Okay, then we're going to, this is the girls' favorite part. They love playing with the dough, huh, guys?
Yeah. Mom, can I play the dough with you? I'm
Nope.
gonna-
Not this dough, maybe another dough we're gonna do. Mama's just gonna do this dough. Okay, so the next thing, it says, is that you could either knead it in your measuring, your bowl, or you could just knead it outside of your bowl. So I'm just gonna teach you how to knead, so you could do it if you would like, or you could just knead it again in your mixer for another 3 or 4 minutes, okay? So I like to make it a ball.
Can I have some dough? I got
We're gonna let little Marley and McKaylee have their own little ball dough. Okay, and we're just gonna knead it with the palms of your hand. Push it against. I always like to turn it. Okay, that's all you're gonna get, McKaylee, because we need some for our pretzels, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna do this with the pretzels too.
Yep.
Gonna make my own thing.
Okay, so you're gonna do that for 5 minutes, and you're not gonna wanna sit and watch me to do this for 5 minutes, but you could just set a timer on your clock and let it do that. So then what you're gonna do is put it in a nice oiled bowl. So we're gonna add a little oil to this.
Gonna add a little of this and squish it.
Not a lot. I know how you guys do your oil, man. It's insane. So if you want to just measure it out, a little teaspoon, no tablespoon, not even probably a teaspoon. Just a couple drops is great. Okay?
I want to make this
So,
now.
and then you're going to make a nice little ball
Yay.
and put it all over your dough.
Then we make dough.
get a nice little towel and let it rise for over an hour. You want it to not double in size, but it will at least grow at least probably half the size of the original size that it is now. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so we let the dough rise for an hour, and then you actually are going to divide it in 8, and you're going to make a little snake, just like we're going back to elementary school. So, and then you're going to take a knife, and you are going to cut 1-inch pieces for your pretzel bites. You want to do about 15 bites. You don't want to do them all at once because the pan will get very overwhelmed. So you don't want them to touch while they're boiling for 30 seconds in your solution. So over here, we're going to come over to the stove. I have 3 quarts of water and 1/3 cup of baking soda, not powder, baking soda. And you're just going to drop them in here if you want to see. And you're just going to let them cook for about 30 seconds in boiling water. They actually kind of float when they're ready to be taken out. So then take your little pretzel bites. I like to do it on a mat if you have one. I like to spread them out. I have 1 egg beaten up with just a little water in it. And then you're just going to brush your little pretzel bites and then put them in a 425 oven for about 15 minutes. So once they come out, you're going to brush them with melted warm butter, and you are going to either put salt in them, kosher salt or sea salt, or you can brush butter and cinnamon and sugar on them if that's kind of the different flavor that you want. So we're going to bake these, and then in 15 minutes I'll show you what they look like. Okay, they smell so good. I just pulled them out of the oven, brushed them with melted butter, and then sprinkle them with some light kosher salt or cinnamon and sugar, whatever you would like. And then you can enjoy. Take a picture and send it to me and let me see how your pretzel bites turn out.